guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Modesty33 here, aka Crystal with a C, back at you with another video. But if you're new to my channel, you just happen to click on welcome. I try to put out at least 2 videos a week. I do sit downs, reactions, vlogs, reviews. So if any of those things interest you, make sure you check out my prior videos, and if you see anything you like before you leave, make sure you subscribe. So you guys, today I am back in my onesie. Yay! Oh guys, oh my gosh. So today is actually Friday, November 30th. I'm off of work today and I was off yesterday. So I've been trying to get focused because there's so much stuff I really need to do. A lot of changes are on the way, and maybe again, I'll talk about that in some videos, but I'm about to get a good bit more busy. So, just wanted to, really glad I did have these days off, and it kind of was not the plan for these days off, but I'm glad that I did have them off and my plans ended up changing. So now I'm just kind of at home chilling, trying to get some things done. Not really necessarily chilling, but yeah, trying to get things done and catch up on some things before this upcoming month of December gets kind of busy. So I thought I would go ahead and catch up on The Gifted season 2 because you guys, oh my gosh, like I stayed up like till 3 in the morning as much as I could to try to edit episode 2.5, which was Imprint, which I really love that episode. If you have not checked that out, please make sure you watch it. I'm certain you probably have if you're watching this video, but if you haven't, that one is up on my channel. I just put it up like, I don't know, about 11 this morning. So yeah, it should be up. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed that reaction. I really enjoyed that episode. And so basically with that episode, there was a lot that went on. Jace was still working with the purifiers, trying to flush out the remainder of the mutants. Essentially, you had that go on. You had essentially Lorna got fed up with Reva and being kept in the dark. So then you got like a little bit of a backstory of Esme and her sisters and found out that they were clones. And I think some people had said that before anyway, just because of like, you know, knowing them from the comic books. But you did get that backstory on them, and you learned that essentially Esme has always had a heart, like, you know, have more of a conscience anyway than her other sisters. I don't know about, you know, they did talk about that there were 5 of them, but now there's just 3. 2 of them died. Celeste and Mindy, I think, were their names. So you don't know really what the mindset was of Celeste and Mindy, if they were like Esme or if they were more so like the other 2 sisters that are with her. I think it was Chloe and Phoebe. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to their names because they more so highlight Esme above the other 2. So you did get that backstory on Esme and her sisters, which was really cool. Also, you got Lauren and her mother, Caitlin, and essentially they went to hunt down the lead of Dr. Taylor, I think, from the hospital and see what information she could give them about Rebecca, who, you know, again, Reva and the inner circle, they went ahead and broke Rebecca out of that mental health institution. And so you learned that Rebecca crazy, essentially. Like, you kind of got a little hint of that anyway when she was kind of influencing Andy to use his abilities to destroy that cop car. And so yeah, but you find out that she's killed people, like she's essentially killed her whole family. So it makes it even more urgent now to find Andy, because this is who the inner circle recruited, and they probably knew her background, even though Andy doesn't. So you find that out about Rebecca, and you got a little, Lauren got a little ruthless. She got a little savage in that episode. I enjoyed it though. And you see, I think it's because the more her and Andy have shared dreams, it's like the more she's influenced by him, I think. And so I think she's kind of contemplating in her head, you know, is Andy and the inner circle, are they really right? You know, the humans are chasing us down because now they're being chased down by the purifiers led by Jace Turner. So it's just like they're getting it on all sides. They're trying to find out what's going on with the inner circle, but then they're also having to deal with everything with the purifiers. And it just seems like every episode, the Underground's taking an L. They're taking a loss, and it just is very demoralizing. You see Reed goes into training with John, which I wish we would have gotten more of that, but maybe in the upcoming 2 episodes we will. But you did see a piece of that, which was, I really enjoyed that as well. Then you saw that they went to the Baltimore station. We got to see Shatter, and then Shatter died. So sad. I really enjoyed that whole thing with Shatter and John, though, like that dialogue that they had, and you find out why he had those marks on his face. I thought that was just a really good segment, a really good dialogue. I really, really enjoyed that. And then you got Reed using his abilities to help the team out, and then he couldn't turn it off. So that's essentially where we ended off. I look forward to seeing more of Reed. And you guys, I enjoyed probably last episode more than the other few, and I thought about like why that was. And I don't mean to offend anybody if it does offend you, because I'm not a comic book person again. I just, certain things are more interesting to me than others. I'll put it that way. But I feel like I enjoyed last episode probably more than the prior few. Number one, it was because of more of Reed and more, just more like segments on his abilities and all of that. So they did highlight that more in that last episode. But also I feel like I enjoyed it more because like there was no mention of the Morlocks. There were no Morlocks. There was no sewer. There was no underground. I don't really enjoy the Morlocks, y'all. I don't know if they will come back into the storyline, if they'll become more interesting, but I think that's why I enjoyed the episode. There were no Morlocks, and I really don't care for the Morlocks. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started into this episode. I'm sorry for the very long intro, but I have not talked to you guys in a hot minute. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and react to episode 6 of season 2. I think it's called No Mercy. And I'm going to see if I can also do episode 7. That's the plan, or episode 8. That's the plan anyway. So right now we're going to do episode 7, No Mercy, and we're going to see what happens in this episode. So I will see you guys on the other side with my review and observations. Bye, guys.
Oh, is this her best friend that died in the street?
Hey! What do you want? Listen, I'm sorry about what I said in there. Look. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
How's it your business?
It's my business because it's my building.
Are you serious?
You the ones who broke the windows last week?
Maybe, Mutie.
Look, Benny, don't. Just shut up. Don't touch her!
Oh my God!
The girls and I are working on that now. Everything will be ready. Get some rest.
I sense a hiccup in the Under Circle's plan. Yeah, something's gonna go wrong. Oh, Reed done messed up the whole room. Oh, it's still going? Oh, Reed. Stop touching stuff. Thanks, daughter. Lauren.
You okay?
Don't touch me. Please don't touch him. I don't want to hurt you. Don't touch him. That's not a wise idea. Yeah.
Well, why don't we just bring in the Morlocks? Getting him underground might be first.
I'm sorry, but as his human wife, I'm not really interested in my husband joining a mutant-only separatist group.
I didn't say join. I meant to say maybe they can help.
And I said it's not an
That's
option.
his human wife.
What about the clinic?
What, the place where the purifiers just wrecked?
Exactly, and it's been shut down ever since. Nobody's going to be watching it now. A little more damage won't raise any alarm.
Meeting like this is high security, no details in advance. And, you gotta get tested.
For what, the X gene? You're serious?
Yeah, he's serious.
I was in the Sentinel services, man. There's no...
I know.
Nobody care about that, Jace?
There are no exceptions. Trust me, man. It's that important.
Listen, that would be funny if he had the X gene. Jace. Oh, that would be funny if he did turn up with the X gene and they try to kill him.
Actually, right there.
Oh, that's funny.
What?
You've never struck me as the SUV type.
Oh, really? What type did I strike you as?
Nice suit, Romeo.
What is this? Who are you?
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Gwen. You're about to make history.
Yes, you can, Quinn. All you need to do is go into the bank and plug in and drive.
What, to turn off the mutant detection system? They'll know. They'll catch me.
Do not concern yourself with that. We will take care of you.
Yeah, you gonna die.
All that matters now is that you do as you're told.
You're totally gonna die.
And if I don't?
Then what is it with you and the Morlocks, huh?
What about the Morlocks?
Well, a couple of weeks ago we didn't know they existed, and now all of a sudden they're a solution to every
That's
problem.
true.
We just needed a safe place to take Reed.
Is that all, Clarice? Because Zurg was practically waiting for us when we went down there a few days ago.
What are you getting at, Marcos?
I'm just asking where your loyalties lie, that's all.
Loyalties.
Not with them.
From the guy who ran off to moonlight with the drug cartel, with the baby mama in the inner circle.
Oh, dang. Is that what she is? Don't do that, Clarice.
I know you don't want to admit it, but the underground isn't doing so well. I say we can use some new allies.
Y'all get better allies, though? I mean, you talk about the inner circles like up here, and y'all down here literally in the sewer. Come on now. We gotta do better.
I don't think you should ride along with me. I've already caused an accident with you in the car.
We know what we're dealing with now. If anything happens, I'll protect you.
It's not your job to protect me.
I mean, could you get your
job to
Get your life, Reed. We gotta do what we gotta do right now, though. All in black. That was all very dramatic.
But we need someone to help us sell the message that this is the time for real change. I can take you down to the studio
No,
today.
don't do it. Think of your wife. You messing up, like, that's gonna mess her up too.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I'm just not that guy.
Yeah, don't do it, Jace.
Stop. No, they need to know. Our vault's made of adamantium. It's unbreakable.
Adamantium. Oh my gosh,
And the
they
only
said
people
it.
with the combinations are 2 states away. By the time you see this, Creed Financial will be gone. For years, we backed companies that persecute mutants worldwide.
Wow.
Wait, hold up. Are we really going to let the workers go? As opposed to what? I don't know. I mean, they did all this crap to mutants, and then they just...
What are you talking about? They're workers.
They're humans.
Hey, my mom's a human.
Whatever, so is mine. It's not like she works here, Andy.
Stop.
Can we just stick to the plan? The deal is we get what we came for and go. Understand? Okay, fine. I was just asking.
What you asking for? Follow orders. She talk about letting the people go. They ain't did nothing to you.
Yeah, the plans were right. It's 15 feet back, mounted into solid bedrock. Open up the back. You're up, kid.
Yeah, once you get your mind right, while you talking about letting the people go.
You got this. You remember what it was like in that hospital? How angry you were?
We gotta
How alone?
get her anger.
How afraid? You have to channel that. Just picture what it felt like. Use it.
And she would be just like your daddy. She ain't gonna be able to turn that off. She gonna kill all them people, bro.
I did it for you. I did it for all of us. You don't think I see how this affects you? Losing Atlanta, the inner circle, kicking our asses. You were falling apart. You needed help, and it was the only way to get it.
And she walks
Sorry
off.
for saying
No
that.
apology. I'm sorry if you feel the way. I'm sorry for the way you feel. But I'm not really sorry.
I appreciate
That's what that was.
This.
And it looks promising.
Promising. Reed, she's the head of a whole research institute now.
Even if it is the same Madeline, we don't know anything about her.
We know enough. She may be the only person alive who knows anything about your condition.
You'll pay for this. All of you.
Shut up.
Time to go. Wait a second. We're just gonna let that go.
Rebecca, we have to leave.
I'm being serious. You know, the whole reason we are here is because these people
Shut
are hurting
up.
us. And now we're just like, whatever.
The plan is we walk out of here. Rebecca, we are done here.
Look at her. Look at her.
What have you done to him? No.
Why did you just turn your back on her?
What did you do? We have to go! Now! Now!
Reba, listen, I blame you for that. I'm sorry. I blame Reba. You turned your back on that girl. You knew that girl was crazy. Why would you turn your back on her? I'm sorry. Dang, the episode ended like that. Listen. Anybody could tell. Listen, let's talk real talk here. Anybody could tell that was going to happen because of the fact that y'all knew that the girl was crazy. Now, Andy doesn't know that the girl's crazy. He doesn't know her background. But I guarantee you, Reva and the triplets probably did not take Rebecca out of that mental health institution without knowing that she killed all these cops. She done killed her family. They knew that she was like that. So, you recruited this person, you trained this person, you implemented them into your team. You know what I'm saying? And then she did her little job and she kept dropping hints along the way, telling Lorna and Andy, like, oh, we just gonna let these people go. We ain't gonna do nothing. They're like, listen, stick to the plan, do your job, and keep your mouth shut. She asking too many questions. Already knew. I think Lorna, that's what y'all was saying in the other episode while Lorna was looking at her kind of funny because it's like, something off with this girl. She's gonna mess up the plan. Nah, I don't really trust her like that. Knew she was gonna be it because she kept asking too many questions. Oh, she's so fixated with the people. Oh, we just gonna let the people go. We ain't gonna do nothing to them. They're the ones that cause all the mutants to suffer. No, you go back to the mental health institution. You take it up with them people. These other people ain't got nothing to do with what happened to you. Maybe in some indirect way they do, but these are white collar employees. You know what I'm saying? They around here trying to do a job in a bank. So they all got families and everything going on with them. I already knew Reva was messing with this dude, and I could tell by the way she looked at him. She has feelings for him is what she says. Like, I think maybe she did at some point, but it wasn't enough to stop her from doing what she was doing. And she essentially got close to him to use him to get the code to get into the bank. So I already knew once, he got involved that he was probably going to die. I already knew that some indirect way he was going to die. He was either going to betray Reva and try to do something and she was going to kill him, or something was going to happen in this process and he was going to be killed. I already knew this man was going to die. So that happened, and then it makes the inner circle, like, there are things that the inner circle is doing and that Reva has done, but there are certain lines I feel like Reva doesn't really cross. I could be wrong on that, but I know she did kill everybody in the inner circle. Some of her actions have directly led to people dying, but she feels like in her head she's like a revolutionist. She's like, so the whole thing about they were going to go into the bank and they were going to steal the money and whatever secrets I guess that they could from the bank, but they were not going to harm these people because, like, the thing is, if you harm the people, Reva's not stupid. If you harm the people, when it gets put out on the news, people are more focused on the death of the people than they are on the message that the guy put out as far as Creed Financial Bank, was built on the suffering of mutants. Nobody cares about that message because you done killed all the people. So that makes you terrorists. Like, yeah, you stole money. Yeah, we broke into the bank, we stole money, but we didn't harm any of the people. So then the guy puts out the message, and that was the whole plan, because it's, again, a mutant uprising. But it's to exert your power, but you don't use lethal force. You know what I'm saying? So, but because you let Rebecca on your team, and you knew Rebecca was crazy, and now she done killed all these people, it really doesn't matter what that guy recorded. It doesn't matter what he said about Creed Financial, because you done killed all the people. So now you really are terrorists, and you're murderers. You're mass murderers. So it really doesn't matter. And you gonna let that girl come on back with you, knowing she crazy. Now she gonna, Andy sees who she really is now, which y'all already knew who she was. Reva already knew, but now Andy knows, because now he sees it. And she over here smiling and killed all of these people because the main man antagonized her. And Reva is stupid because you turned your back on this girl and you saw she was upset. Oh, honey, you got to walk in front of me so I can do my little sonic blast thing and I can put you down. Oh, no, you can't. We can't leave you behind. You talking about killing folks. No. You need to walk in front of me where I can see you clearly at all times. Reva, I blame Reva. Reva absolutely was the weakest link in this plan. Because she did not take into account the mental state of mind of this girl you put on your team. You, Reva, are the weakest link. And we saw it in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We saw the little flashback of Reva. And so, that's my 2 cents on it, because, again, like, you felt really bad for Reva in the flashback with her best friend, and that's the story essentially that she gave Andy about the purifiers rolling up on them when her and her friend had an argument about how to essentially do things in the community, and her best friend died. And, that's kind of repeated now 8 years later. That flashback was 8 years ago, and it's repeated 8 years later with this man that she's gotten involved with and she had feelings for. And because she didn't act quickly, this man died. You know what I'm saying? She told him, oh, yeah, you're going to be back with your boys. And I'm like, she kept saying it, and it kept being a topic, so I knew this man was going to die. So, yeah, this episode got me a little hot at the end, because I was like, listen, I knew at some point the inner circle was going to take an L, and I feel like this is a really big L for them, because it really goes against everything that you're trying to, inspire mutants and put out there. Now they're really about to hunt you down. Like, they're really going to devote every single effort. You done messed up the underground by what you did, because they don't, make any type of distinction between the mutants. All mutants are essentially bad mutants. So you done messed up the underground by doing this. And then now they're definitely going to devote efforts to hunting you down, because now, you've killed all these people. So my question is, I guess we'll see it in the next episode. What you gonna do with Rebecca after this? Like, I don't think you can keep her around. Like, she's dangerous. You can't take her on no more missions. What you about to do with this girl? So that's on you, Reva. I feel like Reva's to blame for the whole thing. Reva is absolutely to blame. She turned her back on that girl, and she should have known better not to do that. So anyway, guys, like, yeah, I love this episode. It got me a little hot. We talked about the Morlocks, but we did not see them. So I was well pleased with the episode. We're bringing back the whole thing with the lady who did the experiments with Reed's dad. So hopefully maybe next episode they're going to find her and talk to her and see if she can do some type of suppression or something, or be able to explain what's going on with Reed's abilities. So hopefully we'll be able to explore that a little bit more. John and Clarice had a confrontation. Clarice basically said, I'm sorry you feel the way you do, but she did not apologize. Don't you hate that when people do that? Like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but sucks to be you. I don't care, but I'm not apologizing. I don't feel like I'm wrong. So that's essentially what Clarice did, and said, you know what, you've been taking too many L's, so I thought I would take a win for the team, whether you see it that way or not, and walked off. So that's essentially what Clarice did. What else? Like, that was pretty much it. Lorna put Esme in charge of her baby Dawn, so you saw that. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that reaction. Hopefully I can get this out to you in good timing. I love this episode. It was really good. It got me hyped. So anyway, guys, I will hopefully, if you enjoyed it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Share it with anyone else who's watching The Gifted Season 2. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You do that by hitting that red button below and hitting the bell next to it so you're notified when I do upload future videos. And comment below. Let me know who you think is at fault for this whole situation. My vote is for Reba, but you know, if you just feel like it's Rebecca, it's all on Rebecca, then you know, hey, go ahead, put that in the comment section. I feel like it's Reba. I totally, absolutely, unequivocally, 100% feel like it's Reba's fault. And I feel like the flashback showed it from the beginning, like alluded to that in the beginning. But anyway, guys, I'm going to see if I can fit in episode 8. And I'm really excited about it now after seeing this episode. But I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.